I call a chandelier.
Oh, I got one. We'll take them. Nice. Oh, we'll take them.
How you guys doing? Quick video today. I wanted to introduce you guys to something that I've been seeing a lot in Japanese and Korean bass fishing, the bamaste or the bama stroll. Pretty much what people are doing over in Asia right now is that we are mid-strolling Alabama rigs. Essentially, instead of using weighted jig heads, we're just using weightless jig hooks on the back of our Alabama rigs and shaking them in the middle of the water column. So you can fish this Alabama rig really slow in shallow water, even from ponds. While there are a few Japanese and Korean companies making bama stroll specific A-rigs, this is how you make one here in the US. You can check the Beacons AI link in my bio for the link to my Amazon storefront where I have all the parts that I use to make this rig. This is the mini umbrella in the 3-arm version. The reason why I fish it with a 3-arm is because in Massachusetts, I'm only allowed to have 2 hooks on an umbrella rig. So I have 2 weightless hooks here, and then I have 3 screw locks onto the other arms and other connection points for my dummy baits. And for the baits, while on an Alabama rig, we use a lot of paddle tails. Here, because we're actually mid-strolling this rig, you actually want to use baits that you'd use for mid-strolling. For me, I'm using the Zoom Fluke. They're great mid-strolling baits, but you could also use the Crush City, the Mooch Minnow, or Zoom makes the Winged Fluke now, or even like a Sakamata shad. So how do we fish this thing? Because this rig itself with no jig heads is pretty light, we can still fish it on a bait casting rod, but like a medium heavy to even a medium. As most rigs that come out of Korea and Japan, this is a rig that's really fine-tuned for bank angling. We're not really trying to make super long casts into open water with this. We're making short casts to cover that we see from the bank, and then instead of letting this bait sink too much, we're actually going to be shaking it and slowly retrieving it. The goal is that you want to be able to shake this in one place for as long as possible with the littlest amount of forward movement. That way the bait can kind of just see this ball of shad just floating in the middle of their pond, and they'll come and try to attack it. And what I also see a lot of Japanese and Korean guys doing is if you're on a pond that has a wall, like a man-made stone wall that just kind of drops, is actually just hold your rod with the bait right there, right against that wall, and just walk down the wall, just slowly shaking it. Because a lot of times the bass are pushed up against that wall, and if they see a ball of shad pushed up against a wall, a hard surface, they want to pin them against it and attack it. Also, if that wall is pretty long, you can also cast this rig down the wall and just shake it back towards you along the wall. Are you ready to try the Bama stroll? So what are you waiting for? Get out there.